frustrating. And I feel like we won't have, like, equality isn't going to be a thing until marginalized people are allowed to also be shitty.
Somebody said it. He put in the fucking video. He wrote a script around it. I want to say thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who help support the channel. Also, I want to say thank you to my Twitch subscribers. Help the channel out by donating or go to patreon.com. Thank you. Recording. So, here, let's just focus on me right now. Most of you guys realize that you were there when I recently covered a video by Foreign where I featured this tweet.
Let's see what's going on the Muskian hellscape known as Twitter.
Stop using it, Dan. Stop using it. If you have a fucking issue with it, stop using it. But you're not going to stop using it. But you guys know the tweet. Let's see what this video came out to. Because this turned out to be a video where it came out on Nebula, and now we're just going to cover it. Let's go. Why am I... Yeah, let's cover it. Let's go, Foreign. Let's see what you have to say. And bring up the art while we're listening to this interesting video.
This video is brought to you by Ground News. From bona fide celebrities.
That's like, for those reasons, I think she's kind of using that as an excuse to sort of project that same sort of danger that she had from her husband onto trans women.
On Dave Chappelle.
They cancel people that are more powerful than me.
Wait, what the
Cancel.
On Dave.
Excuse to sort of leave, didn't she?
Like JK. This video is brought to you by Ground News. From bona fide celebrities like J.K. Rowling.
From what I know about J.K. Rowling, she used to have an abusive husband, I believe, didn't she? And like, for those reasons, I think she's kind of using that as an excuse to sort of project that same sort of danger that she had from her husband onto trans women.
On Dave Chappelle.
They cancel people that are more powerful than me. They canceled J.K. Rowling. My God, J.K. Rowling wrote all the Harry Potter books by herself.
So what? Like, okay, he was being hyperbolic. What? Oh my God, this motherfucker really thought he was. Oh my God. Okay, let's go.
Man just said J.K. Rowling cancelled. Like that's supposed to mean any... Hold on. How much did J.K. Rowling make last year? I just want to know. How much?
So that clip that he originally put out talking about Rico, what was it? On the 27th? But he has at least started this video by the 23rd. So it's not even about... Yeah, see?
Did J.K. Rowling make last year? I wish I was cancelled, Dave.
She said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad. They started calling her a TERF. Trans people make up words to win arguments.
Okay, let's go.
TERF is an acronym. Stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. This is a real thing. This is a group of women that hate transgender. They don't hate transgender women, but they look at trans women the way we blacks might look at blackface. It offends them. Like, she's doing an impression of me.
You see, I knew the wrong with him as soon as he said blacks. I'm not surprised that he said. I'm not surprised.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay. Why are you making me defend Dave Chappelle? Why are you making me defend Dave Chappelle? What are you trying to say, that now Dave Chappelle is racist? I don't know I don't fucking know. No, I know what you're fucking doing. You're literally are trying to use bait for your audience to make it even worse than what it is. And I don't even know how you do that shit. And here we have Jessie Gender. Remember how she liked the tweet talking about Shark?
Will often talk about the queer community and then say, well, I'm a black man, I understand marginalization, but then we'll like say some transphobic stuff and we'll say, well, I understand marginalization, I get it, but then these trans people are like, they're harming and attacking this white woman. Again, this like thing we were talking about in another video about like protect the white woman sort of thing. He will defend himself through his blackness. And then other people will also then bring that in too and be like, well, he's a black man, how dare you criticize a black man?
Wait, no, stop. I know this cohort of people are not saying that shit. The way they throw around slurs for white people, I know they're not saying that. And then they turn around and say, oh, I can get away with it because I'm black. I know these cohort of woke skulls are not saying that. Wow, fuck. Hello, Pot. The catacomb saying that you're may not want to finish that joke.
You're a white woman, like focusing on my whiteness rather than the fact that I'm trans in order to push my knee down.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, fuck. No, these people are not doing this shit. I need to get a hypocrisy meter or some shit. But all right, let's go.
Unable to talk about him. It's used to stoke infighting between communities and create these like disruption between communities to try and sever off solidarity between them.
Now, I shouldn't speak on this because I am not a woman, nor am I trans. As we've established, I am a feminist.
Look at him grin. He's so proud to be a... I won't give him a high five. Any face.
I digress. From that to internet icons like Vosh.
Just say,
Ooh, wow.
And
I
Kevin.
see what that tender queers are. I don't.
Now, her use of the word tender queers is just another way of saying, goddamn woke scoldy people that use like here. I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who's saying it. And look at me directly in my face. Your identity, your sexuality, your gender is not who you are as your personality. It may be descriptive of you, but it's not your personality. Stop using it as a personality. Develop one. And I understand that a lot of these people, their audience are people who have not yet found their motherfucking personality. But your identity of the physical things that make up who you are and who you are, they're not separate. However, they're not the same thing. They correlate, not causate. All right, let's go.
Don't take it back. I don't take it back. They are.
FBI, open up! There's a legion of case studies that demonstrate up.
And of course, we're 3 minutes into the video, and the clip chipping has actually already started. We're 3 minutes into the video, and the clip chip is already started. What's up, Vegeta? You ain't miss shit.
Pernicious principle, a privilege, if you will. But the best introduction to this comes in the form of a Jussie Smollett. Now, if you recall, the panorama was the perfect cloak for Jussie's grand opening of the critically condemned play, The Boot is on My Face. The very boot being the metaphorical manifestation of racism and homophobia packaged into a one-act play, armed with enough bleach to make Vybz Kartel himself blush, and a noose bedizening the neck like a plantation-themed party. So whatever True Diddley was at when he took this picture.
Is there anything inside the furnace?
I just don't want my neighbors to know.
Okay.
So I explained to them how you were going to get something in. And the reason I'm calling because...
Please tell me how this works and what this has to do with, the whole when you're racist, but you're part of the LGBT community. What does it have to do with it? Maybe he'll explain it. Maybe he will explain it. Let's go.
Okay. Do you want to
take it off or anything?
Yeah, I do. I just want to see.
72 Reverend? Shows 41 female official defensive
Please
lead.
warn me. Please warn me.
Okay.
Jussie clamored that he was accosted by two black men who called him homophobic slurs and popped it off with, "This is MAGA country."
This song's dedicated to my homies in the gangster league.
The fact that this was so perfectly fulfilling the precipitous requirements for a hate crime made me dizzy. My head did bounce like ball and was swinging more than playground. Then celebrities proliferated the internet with responses of support for the Empire actor Jussie. And if you don't remember the show Empire, it brought you classics like this. But the
I'm still confused. I'm so confused. Oh, okay, let's go. Is this what the people mean by that? When I watch these videos, I don't listen because I don't just take this shit and just eat it up. And I've watched Foreign's videos before, and it's just like it's very poorly structured. It's very poorly structured. But let's go.
very actor that played Jamal Lyon turned out to be lying. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but if you would stage a hate crime, right, then why besmirch the couple of them instead of the men that swapped their hoods for hats?
This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked him.
Anyway, the world dragged Jussie.
Wait, is he upset because they... Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, let's go. No, Ice, and that's the thing. When it comes to shit like this, when it comes to a lot of people, me being a straight cis male, no matter what Elon wants to say, has nothing to do with my personality. It correlates because I like drawing women and I'm attracted to women, but it does not just define me. Being black doesn't just define me. Have I had experiences that have made the definitions in my life? Yes. But some of the shit that I like would never fit into what most people will fit that category of monolith of black. But, you know, that's, again, all right, let's go. That's a discussion for a different time, and I would love to have a conversation.
Like a dead deer off to the side of the road, because in an attempt to apprehend the attention Jussie believed he was entitled to, he got the type of attention nobody wants: infamy. So what did he do in order to ward off the warranted criticism he got? He did this.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not. Okay, I am not. I am innocent, and I'm not. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And
so, wait, what? Wait, what? Why does this even matter? Somebody who is clearly trying to actually plead their case. What does this have anything to do with it? Wait, what? And yes, he's using the Andrew Tate, like, if I go in there, something's gonna happen to me bullshit. Like, that's not somebody who is, I hate to say it like this, that's not somebody who is gay trying to defend themselves. That's not somebody who is black trying to defend themselves. That's just somebody who feels entitled. It has nothing to do with his sexuality, his motherfucking racial identity. It's just a motherfucker who, like it or not, stars feel entitled. It's just incredibly, like, are you going to say the same thing for Andrew Tate? Oh my God. Like, oh God. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
You must all know that.
Jussie dual-wielded the race card and the gay card, which in a white supremacist cishet society is somewhat of a draw for of performative people who brandish social justice warrior in their bio and bios alone. Now, you would probably say
Oh God, I was thankful that that didn't pop up. Yeah, no, nobody should try to use their identity in their bio. Okay. Okay.
retort that those marginalized cards didn't save Jussie from jail, nor did his lawyer, who is the current lawyer for the monospheric mogul Andrew Tate, not Angel, Jesus wept. But it can be argued that the very card saved O.J. Simpson.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. Nope. Did not do it.
After we finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it.
In any other scenario, a black man accused of wiping out a white woman will be thrown under the jail. But OJ's blackness was only rivaled by his wealth, as well as him being the closest possible to the pinnacle of patriarchy. A star-studded athlete adored.
I don't know if he was here for it, but you know, people kind of like gave OJ a pass, whether he did it or didn't do it. There was, you know, the Ron Furman, whatever the fuck that cop name was, who admitted to planting evidence. And oh yeah, this was like a few years after Rodney King, where it was people were looking kind of like, yeah, maybe we not like. Me being 41, I remember that time. It wasn't really what you're trying to make it out to be, dog. But yeah, sure, go ahead. We just remember the hits, but never the misses. Let's go.
But by the entire world, that trumped racist white America's voracious desire to protect white womanhood and white femininity, which are pinnacles of white supremacy that if you haven't heard enough of, you could watch this video up here. But in short, white womanhood is so powerful that it can kill an Emmett Till. It can get the police called on you for simply existing, while simultaneously being a badge of marginalization as white women and white femmes are subjugated in the patriarchal societies as well.
Like you said, like J.K. Rowling uses her BuzzFeed feminism. That's what I like to also call it. J.K. Rowling, Taylor Swift, like utilize that white feminism. Like they only care when the issues pertain to them, but they won't fight for other marginalized identities, which is actually like the core root of feminism. You fight for equality. Like sure, like intersectionality is a key part of feminism. And if you want to fight for equality, you should fight for it on all aspects.
Okay, so yeah, no, I get it. And this is where I say that we need to actually have a different look at the way we fight for different rights. We shouldn't, what is described in that motherfucking clip right there is people fighting for their rights that are important to them. I know, weird that people are self-interested when it comes to their rights. Wow, oh, shit. What we do is we don't shame people for fighting for their fucking rights, but we incorporate how they fight for their rights. When there is injustice anywhere, it's going to be injustice everywhere. You don't just sit back and say, oh, these people are just fighting for their rights because they're part of the patriarchy. No, you link those rights together. Both social rights and economic rights. You don't just sit back and say, oh, they're just fighting for their white womanhood. That's you link it to every womanhood. You link it to people who aren't women. You link it to motherfucking unrepresented men that are hit by the same shit that motherfucking women are hit with as far as not fitting that standard. That's how you link it. But you guys are so... All right, let's go.
God damn it. Sorry about that. Foreign from the Foreign Land Sweatshop. And you already know that I had to go and make a mention of Ellen DeGeneres, one of the prime examples of people who weaponize their white femininity and also, of course, the queerness, as well as the latest white woman of the week. We can make that a segment, White Woman of the Week.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Rainbow Coalition. This is what I'm talking about. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This, like, why would you make a segment about that shit? I was talking with a friend of mine, and I have mostly black friends, and I had to tell them, like, look, you know what? If you want to say somebody's being stupid, is being insensitive, cool. Don't go to the first fucking insult, their color, because that's uncreative. Not only is that uncreative, it gives fucking races the tools. Imagine if Ben Shapiro came out, Black Man of the Week. You will be flipping your shit. Let's continue.
Colleen.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true, though. Just as long as it's entertaining.
They don't know what to do when they're in a situation where they have to be accountable, so they don't know what accountability looks like.
That's not what that's about. Oh my God. That's not what that's about. Why are you flattening that shit to something completely different? That is not what that's about. You are, oh my God.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
You're taking a literal scandal when it comes to about child grooming and using it as your fucking cudgel about just white women in trouble. How are you taking a situation talking about child harm and using it as a cudgel for something completely different? I can't. I fucking can't. Wow. 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 That is fucking unbelievable. I don't even know. Wow. That's I thought, man, fuck. I thought this shit couldn't get any lower. But man, that wow, that shit. All right, let's go.
I think that Ellen and J.K. Rowling share something here, and it's something that I have seen. It's going to surprise no one. At this point, I think it's the power of whiteness. It's existing in that proximity to all of the social things that whiteness grants you. So much power has been ceded to you as a white person throughout your entire life in all of these like small.
Wait, it's not the fact that they're rich, and not the fact that originally Joanne came up with the term J.K. Rowling because she wanted to seem as a guy. She didn't want to be in the public spotlight. But oh, okay, wow. Fuck. Okay, let's go.
social interactions that you have, in turning on the news and seeing people like you, in turning on various TV programs and seeing people like you, in not having to actively look for people who look like you. You don't have to seek them out. They find you. You have some sense of power over the world around you. And I think that that starts to dictate how you behave in positions where you feel like you're losing power. I think that people who are used to experiencing a certain amount of social control are more likely to react with intense negativity or in ways that are really lashing out when they start to lose that social control. So I think that both J.K. Rowling and Ellen DeGeneres, I think that they're both experiencing that.
Now, obviously, the word privilege in this context of marginalized folk.
So here's my thing. You're making all of these cases. We're 11 minutes into the video already. But when you promoted this video, when you put this video out, you used a picture of, here, let's open up this chat. Now, I know you guys probably can't see exactly what that is, but I'm just gonna blow the shit up. Hold on, let me just go back here. If you're making a video literally about motherfucking J.K. Rowling on all these other people, why is this your thumbnail other than to start drama and get clicks? Why is this your thumbnail? Other than to start drama and get clicks. Yeah, let me pull it up. This is this man's thumbnail. We're 11 minutes into the video, and this is his thumbnail. This is why I have a problem with these cornbread tube creators, because they're trying to weaponize their audience disdain for a particular individual or particular group of individuals, not to motherfucking make, not to fight racism, not to actually push against, bigoted concepts, bigoted ideas. No, they want to use it as a way of, well, I don't like this, and this person is related to this. Every fucking video that I do about these people, I literally attack their points. But they have no reason, in a lot of cases, to attack the people that they go after other than, you don't like this person, remember, you don't like this person, and this person, well, they equate to this. But let's continue.
Is not the same as white privilege and the like, due to the infrastructural and historical violence that rends whatever privilege we have from our hands. But the paucity of privilege that marginalized folks have in progressive spaces is what we're discussing today. What is marginalized privilege, and how do we address it as progressives? And I got a star-studded cast of guests that...
You're not a fucking progressive, dog. Progressive is what you're far from. You're not a progressive. You guys are not fucking progressive. And it's not a no true Scotsman shit, but if you guys were actually progressive, this whole situation would be a lot fucking different. But let's go.
That are local to the communities that are being critiqued, rather than me, the sisters of het black men, doing an inter-community criticism. But I can criticize this. My experience of weaponizing marginalization.
Wait, you can't talk about weaponizing marginalization, but throw around that you are a black man and you're talking about motherfucking marginalized spaces. You can't do that, dog. I'm sorry, you cannot do that. That shit does not compute. You literally just okay. Wow. Okay. Fuck. All right.
As a black man myself. Now, if you are familiar with this channel, I have called. I'm sorry.
Wait. Let's go back. Let's go back.
I got a star-studded cast of guests that are local to the communities that are being critiqued, rather than me, the sisters of het black men, doing an intercommunity.
I'm so manly. I'm so manly. I'm the most cis of manly. If you have to tell somebody that, then you're not.
Community criticism. But I can criticize this. My experience of weaponizing marginalization as a black man myself. Now, if you are familiar with this channel.
Wait, didn't he just play a clip with Jessie Gender when she was talking about Dave Chappelle using him as a black man as a shield? I need a bar that says hypocrisy meter times 20. You thought the Kaioken, and yes, it's Kaio, as in Lord Kaio-sama. Kaioken times 10? Motherfucker do hypocrisy times 20. What the fuck?
I have called, sorry, we need to talk about the white slander. I have called white people skeet-colored, sun-dodging, paper impersonating people. The list goes on. I've said things that will be read back to me in the court that decides whether I go to heaven or hell, and all that I could hope for.
There is no heaven or hell. I'm sorry.
Is that my family gets a discount for my funeral, because I know ain't no way I going to heaven. And I would blush if I found out that they spend so much money just for me to go to hell. Even if God himself is up there smoking and getting they ate, it don't matter. But there's one thing I did that truly demonstrates how marginalization could be weaponized.
Wait, if you know you're doing shit that are bigoted and racist, why the fuck would you do it? Why the fuck would you do it? Exactly, Wajida. Why the fuck would you do it? If you know this shit, why are you doing it? Okay.
And that was my most popular video at the moment. Asiaphobia in the black community. I vividly recall my heart dropping into my after I uploaded this video and I saw the sign that YouTubers fear the most. The limited monetization sign. Oh gosh. This meant that all my hard work would be for naught. So I started campaigning, claiming that YouTube is penalizing me for being a black creator, discussing these racy issues, which is definitely something that happens, but not this time. Regardless of the commentary to be had on how the algorithm treats us, we people who are darker than blue, as opposed to our colorless creator counterparts, I knew that...
You just did a fucking slur, dude! What? Why did you have to call them colorless? Okay.
Folks will rally behind me if I cried algorithmic racism rather than the fact that my video got limited monetization because I said something that I shouldn't have. Okay, I'm sorry.
Can't say I've ever weaponized the transness, but have I done that thing where I have been guilty of reinforcing white supremacy or generally just shitty attitudes and then been like, but like, no, you can't call me out on that because I've been through XYZ. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's why I recently made a mistake. I completely misspoke about the concept of female privilege. We all know, like, that would be an example of me speaking about womanhood as a man. And I could have been like, okay, but I'm trans, but I didn't. I became an adult when I came out. I became a better person when I came out. I became a real person when I came out. Prior to coming out, I was more likely to fall back on having been oppressed as a woman than I ever have been as a trans person.
Then I forgot you were ever a woman. I was just like,
I forget too. I lived as a woman so thoroughly that I believed it myself for a long time. And the most obvious example would be like the white woman tears thing, right? Like, did I ever do it in such a way that I was harming someone directly? Not that I can remember. I certainly fucking hope not. However, did I speak as a white person and then respond as a woman? Yes, absolutely.
The sad part is that it worked. The limited monetization was lifted. I paid my rent, and the video went on to be acclaimed by my critics and contemporaries.
So, I wonder what you say. You literally are saying that you fucking weaponize that. Oh yeah, YouTube is limiting black creators and you know, giving, you know, all types of shit to people who are not black. Like, I don't. It would be shameful. It would be shameful if he didn't recognize that he's doing the shit. It would be shameful if he didn't make complaints about the shit that right-wing motherfuckers did. It would be shameful. But the fact that you know you're doing it to your own motherfucking benefit, I don't know.
But I bit the hand that fed me to do this, to get this acclaim. And by admitting to it, I'm also robbing the next creator of color that claims the algorithm is biased against them. And because folks may doubt that now due to my admission, much like they doubt Elliot Page when they call him the new Jussie Smollett without even knowing the veracity of his tears. But most of all, I robbed myself of the merit that this video had because I can never be sure if the video would perform this well had it not been for the black boost. In this current landscape of leftist communities, we rightfully weigh the perspective of marginalized folks a bit more than our racist white counterparts. And while there is discourse
again, just throwing the whole, hey, you know, they're white, they must be racist type shit. I don't know how these people have fans. I can get the motherfucking wanting revenge ass black people and people of color. I don't get how they have these people who literally are so self-hating that I don't look. Check it out. And I'm stealing this from Robert motherfucking Reed from Gin and Truth. Here, check this out. I don't want somebody who is white, be it they're Irish, Italian, German, Polish, Anglo-Saxon, Spanish, even though FD is kind of unsure about white Spaniard and black Spaniard, but we're not going to get into that. I never want you to be motherfucking ashamed of your heritage. I also don't want you to have pride in it. Just like I can't have pride in the fact that I didn't choose to be black. That's not something that you actively participated in. And if you actively participated in your genetic makeup, shit, you should have actively participated in falling out of a vagina who had a lot of wealth or a testicle sac who had a lot of wealth. If that's an accomplishment that you can't claim, then I don't want you to feel pride or shame for it. What I want you to be is a person. I want you to be the person that you would like to be around and not just somebody you want to be like. Fitting the catchphrase right there. That's what I want you to be. Do people say insensitive shit that may be racial, that may not be racial? Sure. You know what you do? You politely correct them. And I said polite, not nicely. Polite. This is not something that you need to just harp on people for just because you're mad at the fucking history that we cannot change, but we can actually change the future and actually change the way the world sees it. Maybe not in our lifetimes, but we can work to fucking change it. But no, we had 400 years of oppression, so I get to use slurs on them. They don't even stop at the level of casual crosshairs by making fun of the group, like occasionally Brit joke. But they lean fully into it, and it's like they do it out of habit. But let's go.
On whether we really listen to marginalized folks or not, rather than simply signaling that we do, there is discussion to be had on whether this affirmative action of opinion goes awry or not.
I guess it's quite similar to like, Blair White. Quite an easy way to like round up support for yourself and sort of grift in a way. Like, I think a lot of right-wing people like to think that they're not being transphobic while they're being transphobic. They're like, I think they like to say things like, well, I can't be transphobic because I'm listening to this trans person and agreeing with them, even though that trans person is saying really transphobic stuff. Candace Owens as well with like, black issues, and it's like it seems to be quite easy to round up a lot of support because I think there's a lot of people not wanting to label themselves as racist or transphobic or whatever.
Users on Twitter have made,
but see, that's the thing. A lot of people do that. Not just on the right. How many people in and I know I'm making a reference to somebody else. I know Shark said, he's like, I don't want you to come and listen to me because I'm just a black creator. That's just it. I don't want people to come to me and hear my criticism about Cornbread Tube because I'm black. I want people to listen to my criticism about the bullshit that they do because I'm right. I don't need the multiplier of saying that I'm a black man, so I know oppression. You know what I need to say? I'm human, so I know how it feels to be shitted on and have people treat me like shitty. So maybe I don't want to do that shit. Let's continue.
The running joke that people have begun using labels to justify their terrible behavior and also poke fun at how excessive labels now border on the absurd. Writer and Nepo baby grifter Lena Dunham is probably one of the most chaotic, problematic celebrities America has the misfortune of giving birth to. Rather than her work, she has become infamous for her continuous white feminist antics, like casting women of color to only play the help on her shows, and people of color as random episodic plot devices rather than people themselves. Lest we forget Sydney Anderson being the Jamaican nanny and housekeeper, or even Mo Hindi as the Roosevelt hotel bellhop. What about Joe Yang, who played the Tibetan nanny?
$18 minutes, still waiting for the Vosh Careful's countdown. I'm just keeping track of it. And yes, some people do shitty stuff. Grant you that. I fucking grant you that. And yet again, what does that have to do with anybody being LGBTQ? Last time I checked, Lena Dunham was mostly straight. Mostly straight. I mean, like, I don't know. But again, too, like, I don't take my clues of how to be from fucking stars. All right, let's go.
Or Jamal Howard, who acted as the young black guy. Literally just a young black guy. Naturally, when confronted by her consistently so on the nose, you can smell it from here, casting choices, Lena eloquently responded that she, really tried, this is me flipping my non-existent blonde curls. Sorry, I can't be talking bad about white women like this. Really tried to be aware and bring in characters whose job it was to go hashtag white people problems. Guys, I'm gonna get canceled for that, aren't I?
The fact that you did the video, I don't know. Asiaphobia in the black community was so unresearched. Foreign did so many things wrong. He conflated the whole continent of Asia and Asian immigrants with China and made it sound like when you don't realize that in China it's not a monolith. When you don't realize that China and Taiwan, even though the island is 100 miles away, they have totally different cultures. I don't know what else to tell you. When you don't realize that motherfucking China really motherfucking hates Japan, and Korea really fucking hates Japan and really fucking hates China, but needs China, you realize that there is so much a wide disperse and when you realize China fucking hates India, and we're not going to talk about, the people in that actually migrated from Asia, are in the steppes of Asia, that are now kind of European, but still kind of seen as not European. Like, yeah, no. Yeah, let's go.
People will say something awful about another community that is not their own, but then will use their marginalized identity to then sort of protect themselves as a shield from that. I often see this with folks who only have.
Well, at least he's honest and he has a arrow pointed towards himself. Fuck.
One identity of marginalization where everything else is mainly dominant culture. So like Dave Chappelle is a black man for sure and faces a lot of shit for that. I do not want to downplay that, but he's also a man. He's also rich, right? And so like you will like pull out his blackness to defend all the other horrific like classist shit that he does, homophobic, transphobic shit that he does, but he'll pull out his blackness. Same thing you see with J.K. Rowling. Well, often when she does transphobic, homophobic, she will say like, well, I'm a woman. You're attacking me because this is TERFs always do this. Like you can't attack me because I'm a woman. This is sexism, you see. This is they like pull on that because I think one, it allows them again to sort of remove themselves from responsibility for their actions and center their marginalization to do so. But then also, I think it's also just because an unconscious thing is because they understand what it is to face sexism in certain respects.
Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh, let's see. Can I do it? I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's see. I mean, like, glass houses, right? Glass houses, right?
I guess he just didn't care.
Glass houses, right?
Fundamentally, and apparently the hard R.
I'm just
apparently
saying.
I don't have the hard R pass. I can't use the hard R, even though that's literally exactly what they're all calling me. What he called me specifically, he literally called me that, and proof of it is right here. I think probably one of the last big, just like interpersonal things that have happened over the last 2 weeks, and it's this: Jesse Earl, or Jesse Gender, a transgendered YouTuber, white, mind you, responded with this to say, debate Twitter right now, and then posted a movie of I've been informed is Django with a house slave or something clutching onto a presumably slave owner. And I'm supposed to be the slave and Vosh is supposed to be the slave owner.
Yep, Chinatown is on the south side. For example, we have to work towards solidarity. And what kills me is hi, Chicagoan right here, is that you can't really tell where the Bridgeview area in Chinatown actually ends the way the integration has been happening. Like now, in this whole, in this, dynamic that we have now, it's been fucking merging. But yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Seem to think that all criticism of them is that thing.
Because, of course, solving white people's problems and acting as a foil is definitely the job of people of color. And certainly not the job of her extremely mayonnaise characters to look internally at their own flaws and, I don't know, maybe have some character development. Mind you, this the same director who onboarded Donald Glover to act, who is extremely problematic by his lonesome. He need no help. In the same show.
What is the issue with Donald Glover? I'm sorry. What is their issue with Donald Glover? FD said this bullshit. What is their issue with Donald Glover? Can please somebody tell me what is their issue with Donald Glover? I don't know. Like, please help me out with that one. I haven't watched motherfucking Atlanta because I didn't have that on my cable program. I don't know. I don't know. Not only was he responsible for bringing us one of the most lauded after characters right now, motherfucking Miles Morales. What is the issue? Donald Glover is shown to be casually dating Hannah in the premiere episode that leads to her in his copy of The Fountainhead, and they have sex in his apartment. He's later visited by her at his place, and he lets her spend the night while making out. I got ideas, and he gives us a bad feedback on the essay he wrote and didn't want to talk about it. So he played the Republican. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, is this the reason why they? I'm sorry. Let's read this out loud. Donald is the fuck. Donald is shown to be casually dating Hannah in the premiere episode. He lends her a copy of The Fountainhead, and they have sex in his apartment. He later visited her at her place, and he lets her spend the night while making out with Hannah. In I Got Ideas, Sandy gives her bad feedback on an essay she wrote and didn't want to talk about it because he was afraid of how she would react. He then gets offended how Hannah views his political beliefs and minorities in general. Sandy accuses her of fetishizing him because he's black, and they break up. He then rejects Hannah to have sex one last time before she leaves. Is that what it is? It's anti-misogynistic crowd. Miscegenation crowd. Is that what it is? Is that what? And they have nodded at race play. The criticism is overblown, and it became a critical position for people who feel betrayed by him. Huh? Okay. Fuck, this is getting long. Just to let you know, it's been 20 minutes into the video, and he still hasn't brought up Wash. But let's go.
No! During the very same time, she accused this character of fetishizing her whiteness. And she claimed that she don't see race and doesn't see him as a black man. I am not making this up. Erasure of others' identities and experiences while simultaneously using their own as a certified get-out-of-jail-free card is a huge tactic among Lena's ilk. Her antics, of course, don't end there, though. They just keep on going. Because tell me why.
Wait, it wrote that he broke up with her because she fetishized him. And these are characters in a fucking TV show. I don't know what's going on with these people. I swear to God. Like, they can't motherfucking discern reality from characters that people play on TV.
This woman visited Japan and penned an Orientalist piece about how she had yellow fever and described a Japanese art dealer as being gorgeous like the strong, sexy, dreadlocked Mongol encroaching tiger, hidden dragon. People of color aren't exempt from this phenomenon, however. As white-coded as the act of shielding oneself to join an oppressed, marginalized group may seem, the iconic Twitter account
Are you gonna make fun of Endless? You know, the guy who says he plays in the snow, but he wouldn't want his kids to be white. Okay.
Black thought disguised himself as a cis black woman for years. even going as far to tweet about her experiences while menstruating and excruciatingly talking about how painful her cramps are to her tens of thousands of followers who most likely were primarily comprised of black women. And after being unmasked, Isaiah Heckland attempted to rebrand with the assistance of platforms like Paper Magazine, which of course was to no avail. Isaiah had been masquerading as a black, dark-skinned, bisexual woman named Nicole for years. F's in the chat for black, dark-skinned women named Nicole. That's not something the people who stood by and eagerly supported would quickly forget. It's not just about being queer. It's any marginalized label.
Some people speculate that the Maddie Taylor relationship was PR. But like Taylor seems exactly like the type of person to fall for a guy like Maddie Healy.
She's the rapper that has Spice. Inuit Spice Girl. Just this chubby Chinese lady. Yeah, I rap in music. Do they talk like that? Do Inuits talk like that? They don't talk with a Chinese accent. They talk like a more Hawaiian style.
Like this like grungy, weird, edgy dude who still thinks.
Like, what does this have to do with any fucking thing? And I just fucked up that face. What does this have to do with any fucking thing? I don't get it. Like, I don't. All right, let's go.
Thinks he's like a 13-year-old edgelord, like who's like anti-woke. Yeah, like I'm gonna come for Taylor Swift, and not because I'm a misogynist, but she seems like the type of woman who says she's an ally to the gay community specifically, and she'll go to like all the parades. She'll like say yes, queen, when she sees a drag queen, but she won't correct her homophobic boyfriend. Someone tweeted a picture of Taylor.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Somebody who advocates for you, somebody who doesn't denigrate you, but because they're not around them saying shut the fuck up to everybody they know that they have an issue with, then you have a fucking problem. I'm gonna continue to do art now.
Taylor in front of like a plate of cookies that said Biden 2020 on it, and was like, how can she be racist?
Biden, throw him in jail, Biden, like crime bill Biden. How are you black if you don't vote for me, Biden? Like, yep.
It's the same.
As much as I like to shit on Joe Biden, that he hasn't had an original thought in his head, that he hasn't plagiarized, look it up. He's a plagiarism. Yeah, no, like, these people forget that he was running against Trump, right? Like, Trump. But Biden was the worst one out of the group. Not the person who took out a full fucking spread ad in the New York Times saying that the Central Park 5 guys need to be hanged and executed and shit like that. Not the person who was accurately convicted of civil cases about discrimination. But Joe Biden was the more racist one. I'm confused about that one. Okay, let's go.
Energy is Kendall Jenner with the Pepsi.
Blonde, bone straight wig, throw that shit, smudge lipstick, walking into protest, panning to the pigs, token black and queer coded folks, product placement time, token Asian emo, bow I wanna be, dapping me, damn the bacon hating, watch me walk to him, and then racism, he'll sure be taking pics as I swing my hips, he takes a sip, and now racism over.
J.K. Rowling's like, I experienced.
Oh, wow. Fucking wow. Wow. I don't even know how do you even, like, argue with that shit. This is the shit that I mean. Everything to these people, these cornbread to people. It's not just that, it's insensitive, it's out of place. No, they actively want to make sure that it's all racism stays all the way, all the time. Vegeta, what did that cringe ad have to do with what became because? Because fuck you, that's why. What? What the fuck? Because fuck you, that's why. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, because fuck you, that's why. All right, let's go.
Experience sexism. I face sexism as a woman. I probably had to fight really hard to get my books out, to get them taken seriously. And you know what? I was right, because those books are amazing. They made billions of dollars, right? And so she's like, I know what sexism is, and I've seen it. And so when other people come to her and say, this is fucked up, what you're saying about trans people, she then views that as sexism because it feels the same, because she doesn't recognize the difference between the dominant culture and people in power attacking her versus people below her, because again, she only has one intersection of marginalization. And so she only views it on this axis of I'm being attacked or not.
There are a few case studies that hit close to home and near the bone because they belong to our very community. Yeah, it's time.
So people over here might occasionally say whatever.
Oh shit. What is it? 25 minutes into the video? Oh shit. Vosh bad. Vosh bad. Let's go. Let's go. I'm here for it.
Okay, I'll take people saying and supporting class emancipation than I will taking them saying not supporting class emancipation.
Yeah, I'm doing gay ops on genderqueers. I'm encouraging my followers to make pit crew accounts and infiltrate genderqueer Twitter.
So I've said this before. This is not new.
I got a question for these people. Can we get a clip of something that is, older than here. Let's see. Can we get a clip older than
This shouldn't be surprising.
Let's just say can we get a clip newer than this one I hear? Let's see. Let's see if we can actually get it. Here we go. Can we get?
Hello there, guys. Is she says?
Can we get a clip older than, slightly younger than this clip right here? I wonder who this is. Is it Bad Bunny?
Obviously, there could be exceptions, all you super literal
Clip, which I'm probably going to play it, maybe pause it a little bit, talk, and then play it again.
I, for one, would never be involved with a guy who's bisexual. Well, witch doctor, shut the fuck up! I couldn't do it. There might be exceptions, obviously. When I say I wouldn't be attracted or I'm not attracted, obviously, if it's obviously there could be exceptions, all you super literal nerds out there, but I don't if a guy's having sex with other guys and then he's like, oh, maybe I'll try having sex with you, I'm like,
so she's already starting off in
I mean shit. When was this? The Bad Bunny shit was 2019, maybe 2020. I don't. Yeah.
To anyone who watches my content, I say the N-word sometimes in private.
Once they catch wind of the plan, they're going to all become incredibly suspicious of pit crews and they will eat each other alive.
If you're a white dude, listen over here. This is the circle for white dudes who really love saying nigga. They love saying, they're like, I'm out. Okay, this is where they are, okay?
Does it matter which pit crew? No, just use a random one. But the more diverse, the better. Like, make it like a black butch lesbian.
The cornbread tube versus white bread. Whole wheat bread. Baguette bread tube saga has been.
I wonder why people have a problem with these guys. I know, right? Weird, right? Weird. I'm not gonna finish this one. I wonder why people have a problem with these guys. I don't know. Maybe something that they said. And the hypocrisy. I don't know, but let's go.
Been plagued with a few names, but none as incendiary as Vosh. What the devil? False order? Easily one of the forerunners of the debate brosphere. And listen, it's impossible to deny his indelible effect on the online left. That being said, he has employed many misogynies and tactical bigotries to make even the husk himself blush.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Now there.
Oh, so they're not gonna go after Destiny. They're just gonna go after Vosh this time. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Are far better breakdowns of the many transgressions that these folks have made that will be linked here. But I want to discuss very briefly how
wait.
These folks have made that will be linked here. But I want to
wait. This is her main set. Professor Flowers, the genocide denier. Not the genocide denier, excuse me, I apologize. Just the person that says that marginalized people or colonized people should have the right to do whatever they want with the colonizers, even though the colonizers are dead. And, you know, if, like, that's the case, Professor Flowers, I don't think you claim to be Native American. You can't just use that argument for people in Africa if you're not yourself in Africa and completely descended from Africans. You can't use that argument. Not in good faith, because, you know, America's first sin. Surprisingly enough, I'm about to make some people mad, right? America's original sin was not motherfucking slavery. I know that is something that we cleanly forget. It was a genocide of the natives that are already here. And then they brought the slaves. I'm just saying. Wait, what? Wait, what? The thing is, with this crowd, they say black people are exempt from being displaced from America because they didn't come over here by choice, and they sit in it stands At least they're not like the BHIK who says, not BHIK, the BHI who say like black people are the original natives. Like, yeah. Fuck, let's go. Oh, and the Noah Samson, delete this video where he walked back every fucking thing that he said after he talked to Vosh.
To discuss very briefly how they seem to shield themselves with their marginalized status. If you create progressive content on this platform...
Wait, what? When, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. Did he just say that the two people he's going to list actually shield themselves from criticism from their marginalization? Okay, yeah. Let's go. Let's hear this. Let's hear this example.
You have had an overlapping audience with Vosh. Ergo, many folks will come in your comments clamoring about when will you talk to Vosh, claiming that we have more in common than in contrast. Give him a chance. He's clipped out of context a lot. You know, all that horse and PDF file rumors, they're just rumors. Listen, I don't care about that. You know what
Also the racism stuff is clipped out of context. See, this is what I mean. This is the fuck I mean. Okay.
I care about? You know what foreign cares about? Big body foreign? I care about the racism. I care about the misogyny. You might be able to look past the bigotry, but one of the shares that are raised.
You called people in your video about voodoo chalks. You don't have a problem with racism. You just have a problem when it's not the racism that you like. You literally just talked about a joke about how motherfucking white people are this and that in the lead up to this segment. What the fuck are you talking about? You have a problem with racism. You fucking don't. Motherfucker, you... I'm just gonna pull this up. Thank God that I still can't. That's still super big. Here, I'm just gonna pull this up. Fuck, I hate Twitter and this player.
Let's see what's going on the Muskian hellscape known as Twitter.
The chalks are doing voodooing.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Raccoon rock.
You literally called another black person a raccoon because he called you out for your casual racism.
All right, Mr. One of the Good Ones. You're lucky I ain't in the mood for no black on.
Mr. One of the Good Ones. You're literally throwing out racist fucking terms. You don't have a problem with racism. You don't.
When criticizing Vosh is his queerness, of course. But the one I like the most is his autism.
I'm a different kind of autism.
Big body foreign, they say. Yes, they call me that. Big body foreign. Give him a chance. He's on the spectrum. Thus does not pick up on social cues. For one, how dare you? No, seriously, how dare you take me to be the that Jesus rode to Jerusalem on? And secondly, how dare you infantilize and dehumanize autistic folk them by putting them in a category impervious to criticism? But most importantly,
the person that criticizes Vosh about his takes the most is Vosh, you dumb fuck. Literally, you making me defend somebody that, yeah, I like the content, but I don't 100% agree with because you're so fucking stupid. Again, it's this, you're feeding meat to your fucking audience because you know your audience doesn't like the man. But let's continue.
We know this not to be the case. Because we have a whole Jesse damn gender who is autistic.
I have so many thoughts about this. The excuse being like, don't criticize this person because they can't communicate themselves as well because they're autistic. I used to work at a Boy Scout summer camp, and there was a gentleman who ran the rifle range and the shotgun range at our camp.
Is that the reason why you didn't? Is that the reason why you didn't realize that you were liking a tweet calling another black man Snowball from Django? Is that the reason why? I'm just saying. Okay, let's just go.
There was this guy that he had issues with, and every at the end of every day, we would do this. We'd march in formation, whatever, the paramilitary Boy Scout stuff, and we'd shoot off a shotgun. And this guy would shoot off the shotgun, and the one guy who was autistic, he would prepare the shotgun for him. And one day, because he was pissed off at the man, he put in the wrong shotgun powder that was just much louder, and that's dangerous when you have a weapon, even if the weapon doesn't have any bullets in it. And then we went and spoke to the guy, the autistic guy who ran the shotgun range, about this, and he's like, "Well, it was autistic. I didn't think it was like I didn't think that it was a bad thing, and I didn't understand." I'm like, "No, you run the shotgun range, you know about safety protocols. I know you do because you teach it. And so to put it off on that is just using your autism as a shield to escape responsibility for your behavior."
If that ain't enough for you, we have.
Wait, why did he just present it as if Jesse had autism? He tried to use it as a shield. Yeah, let's go.
Of Swolsome, who is literally autistic and bisexual. Like, literally the same thing as Vosh without the edginess, which is, of course, caucus speak for racism.
Vosh.
Wait, what? Also, this seems like a person that doesn't have much confidence. See, that's the problem with a lot of these, cornbread 2 motherfuckers. They just don't have much confidence.
Him not saying it as much as his followers being like, okay, but he's autistic, he's autistic, he's autistic. It's like, you guys need to recognize what you're doing here. Like, this is not helpful to autistic people. This is really not helpful at all. A lot of white autistic folks, in particular, will have fallen into communities on the internet that are really misogynistic, that are really like racist.
We will ignore that there's a spectrum and that one autistic person's ability doesn't have a bearing on somebody else. No. Of course, we're gonna ignore that shit, because that realizing that maybe that people are fucking different other than just the group that they are part of. Like, fuck, I just thought about this shit. He literally just used that as a shield to criticize somebody. Well, this person is like this, so they can just criticize them. What the fuck? Okay, all right, let's go.
That are generally just have a lot of shitty attitudes, and they may have a basis that they're operating from where they think like that's kind of normal behavior. I've met autistic men in particular who think that, yeah, it's totally normal to say like scuzzy things to women. That's how men joke around, right? That's how it works. Here's where it starts to get more complicated in my mind is if someone has told you that was inappropriate, I didn't like it, you now have enough information to correct the behavior. So even if you didn't have it before, now you do. Now you know. And so for me, the ableism comes into play there. When people are like, oh, but they're autistic. You're implying that we can't make those connections, and we absolutely can. To imply that an autistic person can't have that understanding, you are using ableism to enable behavior.
But let me ease up off your boy Vosh for a second and get to the gal limb. This one right here is for the gal limb. Geffels, probably one of the newest darlings of the left, due to what I like to call the effect, which is when...
Whoa.
Darlings of the left, due to what I like to call the...
What the fuck does that have to mean? Anything? Wait, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Because of the 9/11? What does that... All right, let's go.
Effect, which is when something tragic happens to a person in a community, a marginalized community especially, and folks begin to rally behind them in order to ward off a common enemy, which in this case was Kiwi Farms. And let me get serious. Well, let's take a moment.
You know what? I would wait till the end of the motherfucking stream, but I'm gonna do this now. I know I said earlier, don't come to me or don't like me or don't just subscribe to me because I'm a black cis male and I'm, somebody who you look like, and like, no, stop, please don't do that. Subscribe to me, like me because I'm right, because you like my points. Don't let me being black convince you to join me because I'm blackity black. Like, no, fuck, stop, please. Like, no, I'm serious. Enjoy my content because I'm right. Fuck, hate watch me because you want to prove that I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm right. But don't just watch me because I'm black. That doesn't make me any more right or any more wrong. What makes me right is the fact that I'm right. I'm me. I'm Crimson. I'm always right. And if it's a thing that I got wrong, I correct it and I become right. Yeah. Fuck. This is tiring.
Moment. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? But we gotta commend Keffals, because she went up against a system that is the taint of 4chan. Like, all of the sweat and the unctuous grease from the neckbeards them of Reddit and RPoll alike, it settles into Kiwi farms. There are forums dedicated to doxing people, threads that were literal nooses for some Sudokus. And the intrepid Keffals fought valiantly, endured some of the worst of Kiwi farms, then emerged like a phoenix into a shiny career in leftist progressive punditing and also posturing, but we'll get to that. Then she pissed on it. I talking about like old yellow style, show the leg up, piss on it, right? She gone on to make some of the most egregious lies and bigotries we have seen in the
Wait, what? This deserves them. Enhance. I always do my best to support back the black community, and I recognize that black trans people especially are some of the most marginalized members of our community. I don't think I've always done it best, but I can't own it. I've always tried to learn from my mistakes and do better. You mean by start apologizing to me for the lies you told? Wait, what does it have to do anything? Oh my God, would they just get over the fact that fucking noodles are a staple of diet all over the motherfucking world? Oh God damn it. I don't know who Jai is, but like I hear that Jai is just a piece of shit. No matter what their gender, their sexuality, what skin color they are, I heard that they're just a piece of shit. And the whole, like, noodles? What the fuck? Alright, let's go.
This space, to the point where it got so bad that she had to do this. She got help.
Let's go back a little bit, because I think I missed the part. Let's go.
It's a system that is the taint of 4chan. Like, all of the sweat and the unctuous grease from the neckbeards them of Reddit and RPoll alike, it settles into Kiwi farms. There are forums dedicated to doxing people, threads that were literal nooses for some Sudokus. And the intrepid Keffals fought valiantly, endured some of the worst of Kiwi farms, then emerged like a phoenix into a shiny career in leftist progressive punditing and also posturing, but we'll get to that. Then she pissed on it. I talking about like, oh.
So, posturing is bad? The fuck are you doing then? Posturing is bad. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Old yellow style, show the leg up, piss on it, right? She gone on to make some of the most egregious lies and bigotries we have seen in this space, to the point where it got so bad that she had to do this. She got help.
And I'm gonna, be careful when I say this. If a sign that people are on substance abuse problems is a sign that they've done something wrong, first, fuck you, because equating that to somebody doing something wrong, fuck you. Secondly, it was what he fails to mention. This was way after you seen these woke skulls try to get on her about shit. Again, this whole flattening and this whole minimizing of what actually fucking happened. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. But let's go. Let's go.
Now, let me start by saying this, right? This is an arc that we need to encourage. We ought to encourage it. When folks are battling addictions and illnesses, then they get help. We ought to commend this. That being said, getting help in itself is not atonement. And it is also not a pacifier of the pain
See, that's what it's about. They want motherfuckers to genuflex to they bullshit. That's why it's certain people that they can't stand us around on the motherfucking left. Keffels, Xander Hall, Vosh, fucking Demon Mama, they have a fucking issue. Yes, they want atonement because they want you to think like they do. Fuck these people. Fuck these people in particular. Motherfucking Shark, when he came out and says, yeah, fuck these people. Yeah. And they had a fucking issue. And Soul Bunny still motherfucking seething motherfucking Ashton Mack or Ashton Martin, whatever the fuck he is, still seeing that he went on President Sunday stream and Sunday was like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. And he actually listened to the debate and you heard the shit that Endless said. Fuck these people.
Perpetrator inflicted. While you may be a victim of your own traumas and malignments, you cannot now claim victimhood status after inflicting pain at scale. But many supporters of Keffels warded off criticism in the name of...
What pain did she inflict? What pain did she inflict? You're not going to say that. What pain?
Her rehab visit. And whether she is doing it intentionally or not, Keffels is not only using her status as a trans woman that was attacked by one of the most vicious platforms on the internet, but also her status as a survivor of substance abuse, and she primped and preened the slithering coils of Medusa.
So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still working through with a therapist and psychiatrist to work through certain things. But I would say as someone who has struggled with mental health for most of her life, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people use that as an excuse to justify behavior. I grew up with a lot of people around that. I remember I was in this theater group once, and one of my friends at the time was really mean to this other girl, and she was like, I just have anxiety today. There was definitely a point where especially during the pandemic, my mental health was affecting my parents, the people I live with, because at a certain point I was in a heavy depressive episode, and I was just I essentially had a meltdown, and my parents were going to take me to a hospital to try to sort that out. That's what really that was the moment for me where I was I need to be on medication in a general sense, because treatment looks different for.
They all flatten all the discourse. They say Vosh, Biden, Trump are all white supremacists. Keffel is having this misfortune of interacting with job means that the black and trans community have been harmed. Yeah, no, exactly the point. Exactly the fucking point.
Everyone, it just prevents incidents like that from happening in the future. Or if some similar feelings like that pop up, you know how to handle it. But that doesn't justify or, wash you of any consequences because you're preventing that going forward. Like, you still have to take accountability for how you acted in the moment, even if it was out of your control. Like, there's like this saying that I really love that, like, your trauma's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
White women in particular have been known for, and rightfully so, for their loyalty to whiteness above femininity when it serves them, only to return to the label of womanhood when it's time to don those.
I'm gonna let this play just a second.
Like, there's like this saying that I really love that, like, your trauma's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
White women in particular have been known for, and rightfully so, for their loyalty to whiteness above femininity when it serves them, only to
when I utilize people's identity instead of narrative of my arguments. Yeah, I know. My question is this. One of these things are not like the other. One of the points in this discussion is not like the other. Is it this just that Foreign throws in shit into his video to try to get more clicks? Or to have to say, oh yeah, you hate this person too? Because what the fuck does Just Lonely Things have to do with anything with this discussion? What the fuck does Just Lonely Things, chatbot JPT, have to do anything with this discussion? I'm confused. As a relative Pearl expert, the Pearl whisperer on this side of the motherfucking internet, what the fuck? I am telling you now. Foreign, you picked the wrong person. You picked me the wrong person. Because you're right. She would just say you're right. Women will try to use who they are as victimization. You picked your ideological motherfucking like-minded comrade. And the fact that he doesn't see this, the fact that he doesn't know this, and he just is equating the fact that Hannah Pearl motherfucking Davis, and I'm not doxing her, that's her name, is out there, is a white woman, that she would disagree with her using her white womanhood status as a way of getting ahead. Wow, how fucked up are you? He's using Pearl, the person that says that women aren't held accountable for anything, the person who denigrates herself as being a woman. I don't know who's dumber or dishonest in this picture. Who's dumber or more dishonest in this picture?
return to the label of womanhood when it's time to don those. I'm with her.
The fact that he throws up a button and says I'm with her and tries to reference Pearl, who thinks women shouldn't have the right to vote, who's blatantly said that women shouldn't have the right to vote, shows how fucking dumb or dishonest or both that you are. Let's continue.
With just Pearly things as well, I think the way that she's like directly contradicting the things that she says by having a YouTube channel and by having her own career and not marrying herself off and having children. I mean, that fact in itself just kind of proves that it's quite an easy grift. You know, you don't even have to live the values that you're putting out there. Like they don't care. Like, as long as you're a woman who's agreeing with them, they don't care. So with our videos, you can kind of tell, like,
She opened so you know what she talks about, but you still kind of like beating this whole, oh, she plays her whiteness, she plays her womanhood. Are these people fucking stupid? Do they not think that their audience can actually go and criticize? You know what? Their audience isn't going to go and examine like what they say. They're not. They're not going to fucking go and examine what they say, because they foster this audience that wants to listen to them and says anybody who debates or anybody who's, you know, anybody who's abrasive is a fucking problem. No. Their audience is not going to go and examine this shit. One, they don't want their audience doing this because a lot of their audience is like tenuous of what they believe at best. It's only about the shit that makes them feel good. But other is just like their audience will have their feelings hurt by some of the shit that even at the surface level is just insulting. But no, it's the worst thing since fucking, you know, cancer.
We put a lot of time into them. We consider the things we're going to say, and you know, it's a well sort of rounded video. Whereas if you look at just Pearly Things as content, it's terrible. She just sits in front of a camera and she just talks crap. And sometimes she won't even edit out when she's just sat there like scrolling through her phone. You should just sit there for a minute like.
While women of color, mostly black women and femmes as always, tirelessly labor to uplift their community's social position. Getting back to Lena Dunham, once again proving herself to be one of the worst people of 2013, tweeted that she'd be the first openly straight woman to French kiss the first openly gay NBA player. Anyway, and again, keep in mind that...
So, it's not about her... Wait, fuck. Oh my God. She literally says she's openly straight, but your premise of the video is when you're racist, but you're part of the LGBT community. How? Fuck. How is this even a thing? He needs a fucking script doctor. Or do they just throw in the people that they don't like just for the hell of it? Fuck. Okay, let's go.
This is the same white woman who harassed Odell Beckham because he refused to engage with someone so absolutely deranged. Well, let's start talking about language, its many forms, its meanings, and its evolution. A Canadian paper, the Toronto Star, once found itself in some internet drama over the concept of race and the verbiage they used. The Ontario Human Rights Commission had settled on a term in use to the reference of people of color, racialized people. Because they accepted that race is a social construct, they decided to use the phrase racialized person or racialized group instead of labels that they said were outdated, like racial minority, visible minority, people of color, and non-white. And so, in the feeble-minded attempt at being the Onion, a reporter at the Toronto Star headlined 5 other labels for people of color, non-whites, racialized people. I mean, surely the commission focused on human rights was being sensitive, just like the Gen Z weirdos. Always being such crybabies and snowflakes, right?
I'm not going to tell you where I heard this shit from, but I'm going to say this. It's a difference between harm and offense. There's a fucking difference between harm and offense. You can be offended, but that's not harm. All right, let's go.
Well, readers naturally complained to the news outlet about her tasteless remarks. People hated that she was making fun of it. Well, less she thought that the labels themselves were funny, but the idea that creating new terms that were more inclusive is an exhausting, silly process that seems reductive. After so much backlash, the story she wrote was removed from the website on the same day with a community note that the piece did not meet the company's standards. Coincidentally, at the same time, the United States Army was critiqued for not being an imperialist force that assisted in the global domination of the crumbling American empire, but for updating its code of conduct and regulations on preventing discrimination by saying that people who identified as African American or Black may also identify as a Negro. Personally,
hey, I can identify as black. I can identify as African American. Do I identify as Negro? No, but there are people who do that. It's okay, and they don't mean the racist word of it. Like you have to understand that, right? You have people in your life that's older than 30 fucking 5, right? You understand that, right? Oh God, these people have never spoken to anybody over 40. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're
The term Negro exudes the I had a dream and well golly gee, better go grab me a soda pop after going to such a great party era.
why the fuck would you put the I have a dream speech in the same characterization as some fucking bamboozled minstrel show? That lets me know that you motherfuckers don't study history.
But, I digress. The story was widely reported. People were shocked. The U.S. Army? Negroes? The policy hoped to provide fair treatment for military personnel and family members without any regard to race, gender identity, religious beliefs, or nationality by proposing to provide an environment free of unlawful discrimination.
So you know what the policy was about. You know what the policy is about. And say what you fucking want to. I will fucking die on this hill. I will fucking die on this hill. Here. Come closer. Come closer. The U.S. Army is a fucking tool of imperialism like a motherfucker. It definitely is. It fucking wins wars, but it loses peace. But I will be goddamn if it wasn't the most progressive motherfucking entity in the United States government that there is. Not to say there isn't any racism in the fucking armed forces. There is. There is racist motherfucking people in the armed forces. But you know what they want? You know what they care about? You know what the fuck that they really want? That they don't give a fuck, no matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, like you're a Muslim, come the fuck on in, because they want bodies to fuel their war machine. So they don't give a fuck. They will put. As a matter of fact, I've talked to many people who have worked in the army. When they go in, and a lot of them go in racist. A lot of them come out like, yeah, no, fuck that. The problem is it's part of the imperial arm of the U.S. government. And do they see people outside of the U.S. as part of the others? Yes. Fuck yes. But that has more to do with the imperialism than the actual racism. But you don't understand that because, again, you've never talked to anybody over fucking 35, as referenced by the previous point that you made.
An offensive behavior. It then lists and defines the racial and ethnic group it aims to protect, with the word Negro being the one synonym in a long list of various ways those who fit into the term black may choose to identify. Regardless, they felt the need to publish an apology and recall the verbiage. So here we are in 2023. We've got minorities, non-whites, and people of color. Many of us hear the term diverse being thrown around to encompass organizations, coalitions, or corporate employees' racial makeup. As in, we're so excited to have a diverse voice speaking on this particular issue. But these are terms that have really come to the forefront of discourse and usage only recently, only to be replaced with never hipper alternatives. Yes, words mean things, but words have and will continue to be replaced with less offensive or less loaded identifiers than their predecessors, which is a process known to linguists as pejoration. If a word that refers to something always appear in sentences where that thing is framed negatively, then that term will take on that negativity.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just hear from the opposite end some of the same shit these fucking anti-SJWs talk about. Words have meaning and diversity, they just want to throw in diversity. This is literally the shit that I hear from fucking watching anti-SJW content. Where it's like, oh, they just want diversity and they just want to feed it and they want to make diversity nice, but it's really bad. Do you fucking hear yourself? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Maybe I'm jumping the gun with this. But let's go.
Harvard psychology professor similarly opined in his book, The Blank Slate, that the euphemism treadmill is a recent drive to adopt the new terms for disadvantaged groups, and it often assumes that the words and attitudes are so inseparable that one can re-engineer people's attitudes by tinkering with the words. People invent new words for emotionally charged referents, but soon the euphemism becomes tainted by association, and a new word must be found, which soon acquires its own connotations, and so on. Even the word minority, the most neutral word label conceivable, referring only to relative numbers, was banned in 2001 by San Diego City Council because it was deemed disparaging to non-whites. The euphemism treadmill shows that concepts, not words, are primary in people's minds. Give a concept a new name, the concept does not become freshened by the new name.
I don't know what the fuck to do, man. Is it me? Is it me? Is it fucking me? All right, let's fuck. Because all this seems like is, you know, those videos that conservatives talk about how woke. It's just woke. Woke. He is literally giving merit to that shit. Literally, instead of addressing the problem, he's giving merit to that shit.
At least, not for long. Names for minorities will continue to change as long as people have negative attitudes towards them. We will know that they have achieved mutual respect when the names stay put. Labels we use become moot with our ever-evolving socioeconomic, social, and racial awareness, which is why some may find things like non-whites to be offensive, because it makes white people the default and classifies people of color as, once again, the other, or deviation from the perfect norm. On the other hand, some people may consider minority to be offensive as it implies that people of color, or the LGBTQIA+ community, or women are a shrinking group, when we're anything but. The term Oriental has, thankfully, become Asian, which is now Asian and Pacific Islander. Colored transitioned to Negro, which transitioned into Black and African American. If you're from the land of bald eagles and hellish urban suburbia, but white people, that's something that's...
I mean, like, is he going to advocate for the changing of the NAACP? I'm just wondering. Like, the fuck? He has so many different problems with terms and shit. All right, is he going to advocate for the... Like, I know this sounds bad, but, like, again, this is kind of like, why isn't the focus on, I don't know, the original context about how people use being LGBTQ plus as a shield? All right, let's go. Fuck, let's go.
Main concept, with only those who fit in it qualifying as white being changed. But that's normal. And depending on where you're from, those meanings will change. Colored is a terribly outdated label in the USA, but still very applicable in South Africa. As Professor Hall Liu adeptly contextualized, the term people of color and colored have drastic meanings depending on who says it, what they're speaking on, and why they said it. Which brings us back to marginalized privileged. Things mean things. Words have power. By using that label, people can wield power over anyone they're debating. I mean, after all.
No. No, he doesn't believe that. He fucking doesn't believe that. He can't believe that. He can't believe that. He can't believe that, because if he believed that bullshit, he would literally not use white racial slurs.
How can they be wrong, right? Don't you see that they're a queer person? They know what the hell they're talking about, and can therefore be excused when they say something incredibly racist or transphobic.
We also forget that the people behind those platforms are human beings who will fuck up and make mistakes. Sometimes very egregiously they need to be super held accountable for, but also sometimes in smaller ways. I don't want to say benign ways, but smaller ways. And what we will do to marginalize people is we will hold them even more accountable and extrapolate the harm, even like hyperbolicize the harm, in order to be more quick to tear them down in ways that cis white dude creators will not have to deal with as much.
I'm sorry. Let's play that shit again.
Sometimes very egregiously they need to be super held accountable for, but also sometimes in smaller ways. I don't want to say benign ways, but smaller ways. And what we will do to marginalize people is we will hold them even more accountable and extrapolate the harm, even like hyperbolicize the harm, in order to be more quick to tear them down in ways that cis dude creators will.
I don't get why they don't see the hypocrisy of just making the video. You literally are trying to say that somebody who's in a marginalized group should they should not be held as accountable, or you forget that these people that are creators, they are somebody that they're people that make mistakes, but we really hate Vosh, we really hate Kaffel, so that shit goes out the window.
Cis white dude creators will not have to deal with as much.
And notice again, it's the cis white dude creators, never any other part of a marginalized group. First it was dancing around, well, Dave Chappelle says shit and he hides behind his blackness, but then it shifts because well these people aren't black, they're white guys, or they're white people, and so nothing else should actually matter. If you just want to make a I hate Vosh and Keffel's video, just make it. It would have been like 15 minutes and called it a day. Just saying. I know he's learned, fucking Foreign has learned from everybody else who's tried to make a 50-minute video hating on other creators. He's learned that, yeah, maybe I shouldn't just try to make it all about them, but really throw it in so I can get the engagement. But yeah, no, let's go.
They'll say something awful and they'll be given a little bit more forgiveness than a marginalized creator who will often have more hyperbolicized harm. And so it's one of those things, like, I don't think anyone's owed a platform. I think everyone on a platform should be held accountable for if they fuck up. And it's not just like you should be allowed to continue to have it, but we also at the same time need to recognize that the standards that we hold for marginalized creators.
Wait, it's not your responsibility to tell who should have a platform and who shouldn't. You know that, right? You're not the end all and be all of who shouldn't have a platform because you don't fucking like them. You know that, right? And I know that's all it kind of boils down to. People that they don't like shouldn't have a platform, regardless if they agree with them a little bit or a lot. People that they don't like shouldn't have a platform. That's all this shit really is. In the end, that's all this shit really is. The world doesn't fucking work like that. Because, and here's the thing too, and I will say this, and I will say this until the fucking day that I die. The reason why they have so much issues with the people that they don't like having a platform is because they can't argue with them. Even if the person that they like is doing some foul shit, egregious shit, they can't find a reason other than it hurts my feelings to disagree with them. You know what? I fucking hate racism. Not just because it hurts my feelings, because it hurts everybody. It is a tool that people use to separate other groups of people, to say that, oh, because you're a skin color, oh, because of your culture, they don't like you, versus saying, oh, we both are living in the same fucked up, impoverished ass areas, just in different fucking zip codes. Let's go get the motherfuckers that's making it this way. That's why I want to fucking end racism. I want to end racism because, hey, it's pretty shitty to only judge somebody by the color of their fucking skin. It's pretty motherfucking shitty. I know, weird, right? Expecting people to understand that maybe the first insult that you jump to isn't talking about the color of somebody's skin. They don't like them because they're so evil. Yeah, that's another thing. They're evil. Fuck. Like, it gives you the opportunity to dismiss them. But let's go. Wrong one.
Is much higher, and we are much more willing to tear down their platforms than we are for non-marginalized creators.
It's the fact that we don't have the space to fuck up. We don't have the space to be shitty, selfish people who tell lies. We're not allowed. We can't.
What the fuck? Wait. Half this fucking video was dishonesty. Half this fucking video was dishonesty. I'm sorry, what? Wow. Fucking wow. Okay. Let's go.
And that's frustrating. And I feel like we won't have, like, equality isn't going to be a thing until marginalized people are allowed to also be shitty.
But back to labels for a minute. The reason labels continue to...
Whoa. Fuck, wait, what? Wait, what?
Until marginalized people. And that's frustrating. And I feel like we won't have, like, equality isn't going to be a thing until marginalized people are allowed to also be shitty.
Let me turn on the closed caption.
There's people who tell lies.
For marginalized creators is
just, we can't. And that's frustrating. And I feel like we won't have, like, equality isn't going to be a thing until marginalized people are allowed to also be shitty.
Somebody said it. He put in the fucking video. He wrote a script around it. We won't achieve equality until marginalized people are allowed to be shitty. Good news! I like to introduce the way you put it. Welcome to your video. Oh God. Welcome to this video. I can't. I fucking can't. I can't. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. We're here. We're here. I will tell you this. Nobody should be shitty. And the fact that you want to be shitty as a way of getting back at the people that made your life shitty, that screams, I want revenge. It shrieks, I want to do to them what they did to me. That is in every way calling for vengeance. That's what that sounds like. I know you're going to say, no, it doesn't. That's not what that sounds like. That sounds like I want to be shitty too because somebody was shitty to me. That's what that sounds like. I know, weird, right? Weird. You're right. You're right, Vegeta. He's doing a this. He's doing the one of this. He's doing one of these.
What the hell are you doing? I'm kicking my ass! Do you mind?
Okay.
Off the labels for a minute. The reason labels continue to fluctuate is because of the ever-evolving positions of those being referred to. In many cases, those in the affected groups prefer to label themselves, which is a process called creating an autonym. As they become...
Wait.
Groups prefer to label themselves, which is a process called creating an autonym.
But didn't he just get mad that the U.S. Army allowed people to name themselves Negro? Didn't he just...
As they become more socially visible, naturally, terms can also be debated within a group. Like if an American black person should use black or African American. The groups we choose to identify with and their associated identifiers also provide credibility and open the gates of access to that community. If you're black, you can reclaim the N-word. And if you're queer, you can reclaim the F slur. And if you're black and queer, well, you understand what I'm saying, right? Depending upon the context, reclaim...
So is he okay with the iDubbbz slur that he used to say? Like, is he okay with that? If somebody was, you know, black and queer that would say that? No, he wouldn't be fucking okay with it. Of course he doesn't. This is just fluff right now.
Slurs are terms of endearment or used to poke fun at themselves, while in other cases not used by those within that group, they're absolutely derogatory. What makes someone marginalized to fit into the identified group is...
So what are you talking about? Oh my God, then why do you use fucking slurs when you're talking about white people? This is the shit that I'm hammering home. You want to do the shit when it fits you. And when somebody else does it, the fact that you played a clip of Vosh saying, well, the gay people have issues, when he's literally talking about his own marginalized community, you know, the community that he's in, that he talks about horse cocks all the time. What the fuck is your problem then? I know what your problem is, Vosh bad.
What sociology calls being in the out-group. Those not in the in-group, which is whiteness, in the case of Western racial identity, which white people made, are other and pushed to the fringes of society, where they're treated as lesser than, or as a means of economic and social fodder. And of course, being marginalized doesn't exempt anyone from having biases. whether internalized against their own group or externalized through tangible actions upon others. You know, and I get it. We all have flaws. It's totally natural to get defensive. But the use of a shield damage our ability to progress as empathetic human beings in collaborations, community organizations, activism, and on our own personal journeys. Shields create rifts where there should be solidarity. We need to encourage dialogue.
So again, why do you shield yourself from criticism when you talk about other groups that you feel entitled to talk about? Again, going back to the oh my God. Like, I should just keep this shit up. I should just keep this shit up. Because again, this is the shit that he actually did.
Let's see what's going on the Muskian hellscape known as Twitter. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Raccoon rants? Alright, Mr. One of the good ones. You're lucky I ain't in the mood for no black on black crime, right? I normally don't do this, however. But go on ahead, break him off with a real preview of the remix.
This is the shit that he did. No one else. He did this shit. He put that clip on Twitter.
Self-reflection, and less virtue-signaling anger for the tiniest of details. Semantics are famous tactics used by those on the far right and center to antagonize the left, making virtual identities that seem legitimate to derail progressive discourse.
The fuck? Who was he making this video for?
Because they know that people are huge on identity politics and labels. And it's something that people have been calling other leftists out for doing online as well. So, while we hold ourselves and each other accountable, we should understand how marginalized identities have historically interacted and how people are unique and multifaceted, which sometimes means taking a step back. Not every marginalized person in their community is fit to represent their entire group or speak on its behalf, because people aren't monoliths. And people shouldn't use their labels as a means of deflection. After all, a platform is not a right, it's a privilege. And it comes with a responsibility that not everybody can handle.
And you know what else people can't handle? The truth. Which, as a political scientist, is of the utmost important to me. So I'm gonna let you in on a little secret I learned in my master's program. Finding factual journalism is difficult due to the sincere...
Okay, this is a fucking commercial. I'm done, son. I'm done. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Let's just... How? Fucking how? I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I don't know. You're right, Vegeta. I'm suffering too. I'm suffering. This shit is bullshit. It's just bullshit. How do you ever try to come at this like, oh no, just because you marginalized doesn't mean that you should get away with saying shit? Anyway, guys, this has been a long video. Like, share, and subscribe. I know a lot of people may actually respond to this video, or they may not, because my channel is small, so these motherfuckers ain't gonna get much of a push off of this. But yeah, this is telling how hypocritical these motherfuckers are. I'm done. I just don't know. The first insult that most of these people go to is somebody's whiteness. Never actually addressing the particular issue that they have. They just use white as a catch-all term. And then they want to say that, hey, you know what? Because they're white, I don't have to explain anything else. Not attacking a point. Just because I'm white. Literally, did they have anything talking about Vosh other than a few minutes of, like, I don't... Yeah, sure. I'm done. like, share, and subscribe. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by October 1st. Thank you for everybody who's joined. Remember, I have the super thanks in the bottom. I have the membership, chairman membership. And yeah, we're gonna cut this video segment here and check out the new outro. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.